Welcome back, friends. You're just in time for the Johnny Brew Show.
What's going on, everybody? My name is John Brookhagen, host of the Johnny Brew Show, and we got a jam-packed weekend of fun stuff going on, and I don't know even what order we're going to be publishing this stuff, so I don't want to tell you what's going on, but I'm really, really excited about today's interview. I love the interviews where we follow up with people we've had on previously, and one of the Johnny Brew Show fan favorites is Mr. Matt Anthony, who, if it wasn't for Matt Anthony, there probably wouldn't even be at the Johnny Brew Show, because when I first started getting active in the no mask and the keeping businesses open, the person I reached out to was the man who was holding all these grassroots events, Mr. Matt Anthony. He came on for 3 hours in season 1, and he's returned for season 2 just to catch up and see what's going on. Welcome back,
hey,
Matt.
Good to be back. I remember that last one. That was a long interview back, what was it, April?
Maybe even March.
Because it was after Carson City.
Okay.
It was right after we went up to Carson City and censured Barb Shervasky. So, hey, great, good to be back, man. Thanks for having me.
And now we haven't heard, the last time we saw you, first of all, let's just go in order. The first thing was this whole big thing about the Proud Boys. Thankfully, in my opinion, the whole Proud Boy being in the headlines is come and gone, because obviously they haven't done nothing wrong. All
absolutely.
eyes are on them. They haven't beat up any progressives in the past 5 months.
That's true.
So now we could forget about them, which, I don't want to forget about them, but I'm glad that people aren't smearing them, because I personally still, to this day, when everybody was telling me to denounce the Proud Boys, and I said, why, what did they do? And I refused to denounce them. Now it's kind of taken the back burner, and I still look back at them as people who are going out waving American flags, talking politics, drinking beers. And I've heard that you're not a Proud Boy anymore.
Yeah, so what happened was right around the originally scheduled CCRP meeting. Remember, it was supposed
that was in April.
It was supposed to be like May 25th. That's the one we were pushing all the people to sign up for the CCRP and all that.
Because you figured if people signed up in May and then went to the election in July they'd be allowed to vote. And you were planning on running for vice chair, I believe.
I was going to run for vice chair of the CCRP, and Rudy Cly was going to run for chair. But, Well,
tell us what happened. So you came on the show, you announced everything happened, and then they started, throwing these Proud Boy things around, saying how horrible how horrible Mike McDonald was for even reaching out to you guys and helping you have a louder voice.
So I just want to clarify one thing. There was no deal ever made with Michael McDonald and the Proud Boys. That never happened. Now, he did reach out to Rudy Cly, the president of Fight for Nevada, and
which
myself.
was a Facebook group that had 40,000
and it
Republicans.
is actually a registered recall pack through the state of Nevada. So technically, it was the biggest political organization in Nevada at the time.
And out of those 40,000 people, there might have been 9 or 10 people who identify as Proud Boys. But it wasn't a Proud Boy organization.
Yes, but we went up to censure the Secretary of State. We got about 30 or 40 people to go up there, and about maybe 8 of them or 9 of them happened to be Proud Boys. So, they ran with that story, and then...
So then what happened? So, obviously
so then
we didn't run.
No, we didn't run because the current CCRP board...
Well, the current at the time.
At the time, which was Sajak, McLean, all them. The guys that we were totally bashing, by the way, because they weren't having meetings, so... They had went into a Telegram group of mine that I wasn't active in or anything, and someone posted an anti-Semitic picture or something.
Right.
That I just missed. I had so many platforms at that time.
Well, and I had brought this up in previous interviews with other people who might have been affiliated.
So they called an emergency meeting, basically banning myself, Rudy Cly, Patty Cly, people
a bunch
Paul
of Filipino Americans?
Yeah, they banned a bunch of Filipinos. So then they actually took it to court And since it, like I said on the last time I was here, since it's a private central committee, they were able to do that, and they banned all the 500 people that we signed up to enter the CCRP. And Judge Gonzalez actually ruled on it that they had the right to ban us from the party, so they did.
Right, and then we're obviously have Jesse Law on to talk about
and
the
then
details
obviously
of this.
we weren't able to run for leadership, since we had been banned.
Well, you're not even allowed to be a member.
And a judge upheld it. Well, now that Jesse's chair, he should be able to reinstate us, and I expect him to reinstate us.
All right, so where have you been? For 3 months.
Where have I been? Well, I got to say, the last 3 months after all that happened, I've been behind the scenes. I'm still talking to people. Obviously, I lost my Facebook account and all the Facebook groups. So I got to do everything manually.
From scratch.
Through text, but I did get a lot of contacts, through those groups. But honestly, I've just been back to work. The nightclubs are open. Yeah, I know. And that was the whole point of all these groups to begin with, is, to get Nevadans back to work. And, right now the clubs are open. They're not really enforcing masks. You'll see a few people in there with masks.
Officially they're enforcing masks.
Well, they're not.
Really. As far as policy.
As far as policy, yes.
You're supposed to wear a mask.
But yeah, no, they always tell you, hey, can you please put your mask on?
I said last week, it basically depends on the employee who you're by. You walk into Walmart, if you got a mask Nazi, you're going to have to wear a mask. Well, if you got somebody who doesn't care.
Well, usually they'll tell you to put them on, but, most people in the clubs are just like, no, I'm done. And they're not going to, chase you down or anything, so... And they're not doing vaccine card mandates either, so...
Even if they have...
over 4,000. Yeah, I guess it's technically not considered an event. So I don't know. There's loopholes, I guess.
And that's what happens with bureaucracy. The more bureaucracy you have, the more it's about how can you cut a corner or figure out a loophole.
That's what it always becomes. So, yeah, right now I've just been back to work. I've been pretty busy on weekends.
You want to plug you set people up with tables
right now
and stuff?
we have a website. It just launched not too long ago, VegasClublist.com. And we get a lot of business from our old clients who used to come to town. So a lot of it's done via text, of people who previously used to work with us and come to town. But we've been trying to refer everyone to VegasClublist.com. It's a pretty state-of-the-art website. Go check it out. If you guys want to get into some nightclubs, check out the VegasClublist.com. I think you guys won't be disappointed.
Cool. And then between seasons 1 and 2, come to think of it, I had a guest host, Rick Charles.
Yeah.
And I heard that you guys, I'd like to talk more about what you specifically felt, because some people I thought he was a Matt Anthony fan. He said, I like Matt. I wish he would have done this different or that different or this different. But then, come to find out, still months later, I still hear people saying, I don't like what Rick had to say about us.
Yeah, well, I remember seeing the one show he guest hosted, and, he didn't directly call me a Nazi, but it was along those lines somehow. I can't remember exactly what he said. It was so long ago. But God, what was it? Do you remember?
Hold on. You said that he didn't call you a Nazi.
No, he didn't.
Said something. He said something like you're coming off the wrong way, or you did this, and that makes you look like white supremacy.
And that was when I was still a Proud Boy. I think he had made a comparison between the Proud Boys to the Nazis or something. And I didn't like that.
You can't be doing this if you're going to be with a supposed white nationalist organization or something.
Yeah, or something like that. To be honest, I forgot about that till you brought it up. But you mentioned earlier that
I just wanted you to be able to air your grievances. I know he's going to be watching
whatever,
the show.
Man. Hey.
Because he's a fan of yours.
Yeah. Well,
so I think, he wasn't going to go
everybody knows me. I'm not a grudge holder. You know that.
Well, you're a regular guy.
You've been with... Keep Nevada open since the beginning. You were there at the first rally on May 2nd, 2020, and then you emceed the May 16th one. So, you know me. I'm not a grudge holder. All right, Rick.
And that's why I feel even when other people were talking about it, you never seemed to really have a big problem with that.
Yeah,
But people, I think, are protective
and what
of
I
you.
did say, I said privately. I remember I came to you directly and was like, hey, man, I don't
What's
like what
going
he
on
said.
with this?
Like,
Yeah.
I'm not that person who's just going to air, all this stuff out in public. I give people benefit of the doubt.
I do too.
But you had mentioned earlier that I'm no longer a Proud Boy. That's true as of May 24th. I mean, hey, we just had a...
Well, if Proud Boys is such a nefarious organization, don't you have to, are you on a death list or something? Because you quit the gang?
God, no. Like, we're still cool. We're still friends, You're
allowed. So they're not a nefarious gang.
No. Yeah, well, exactly. No, I mean, hey, we're still friends.
I mean, like the Taliban. If you leave the Taliban, they'll kill you, right?
Yeah, right. Like, they're harder on
Crips.
the Proud Boys than they are the Taliban.
Or the Crips.
But basically, it was just a mutual, parting of ways. We had a couple disagreements. Like, I won't air those disagreements on here. I mean, I don't think they liked the press that I was getting. And you know what? Hey, it was a lot of press. And I can definitely respect that, and I respect their decision. And they knew I had some political aspirations as well. So we kind of just came to a mutual agreement, like, hey, let's just go our separate ways. And that's all it was. And, hey, I still see some of those guys from time to time. We're still friends. And we're all still patriots. We're all still on the same side. So
yeah, I saw them at the Brandon Burns event.
Yeah.
Where they were out there waving their American flag. I mean, to be honest, the only experience I have with Proud Boys is watch them wave American flags.
Yeah, and that's really all it is. They come out to rallies, they wave flags, and just in case a group like Antifa comes and starts some
They're the ones that you hope are there.
Well, yeah, they're the ones you want there, because I'm not saying they're just going to go attack Antifa, but
they'll make sure
they'll
that
just hold the line,
Well, for example, if somebody's having a prayer vigil on the strip, and you got a bunch of Antifa saying we don't like Christians, Proud Boys will be the first ones to say,
and they'll just be there standing there
up.
being basically hey, don't mess with us. And if you do, then you're going to,
feel our wrath.
FAFO.
Right, and we'll have self-defense if you guys attack us, and that's that.
And that's all, and that's it. And, they're patriots.
All right, well, I was really, really happy, and this is the reason I asked you to come down, is you're getting into the game again.
Yeah.
I hear you got an event coming up. You got the flyer for the event. Are you going full screen with it, or are you going to keep us on camera?
I do have an event coming up. It has been a while since, I've gotten to the rally game.
Feels like old times.
It does. So it was, to be honest, it wasn't even my idea. Like this last week, I think it was Monday or Tuesday, they had the big rally on the Strip. And then at St. Rose Hospital. I'm sure you've heard of it.
Yeah, that was on Tuesday.
So basically, the organizers of the Worldwide March for Freedom 4.0 approached me and was like, hey, man, we could use your help with this rally. Because I've noticed, recently, a lot of these rallies, there's a whole bunch of different organizers. And I don't want to say they're trying to compete with each other, but I see all these rallies going on the same day, the same time, with different organizers and all that. And to me, it just doesn't make sense.
Well, I think we need to bottleneck this enthusiasm.
We need to bottleneck it. And this isn't about credit. This wasn't even my idea to have my name on this rally on September 18th. That's next Saturday. It's going to be at 3200 Las Vegas Boulevard, Suite 600, right in front of Saks Fifth Avenue. So look for the flags. It's at 4:45 p.m., and one of the organizer who approached me, I'll give out her Instagram. Her Instagram is A_patriotic_hippie with IE, hippie with an IE 1776. And she's one of those people, she's been to all the rallies, but she doesn't like to be on camera. She doesn't like to be the face of anything.
Do I know who you're talking about? Is this the aggravated hippie?
You might.
Is it the aggravated hippie?
No, that's
Does she have a musician? Oh, yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, it's not her. Yeah. It's not her. But yeah, I'll give out her Instagram again. That's A_patriotic_hippie 1776. You could check her out on Instagram. And if you guys want to know what I'm doing on social media with rally updates and everything, as you know, I'm no longer on Facebook. My Twitter.
This is going to be on Facebook. You're back on Facebook doing the Johnny Brew Show.
Well, yeah, exactly. So there's other people posting this stuff on Facebook, but myself, I'm not there. But if you want to see what I'm doing on social media, my Twitter is @RealMadAnthony. And that's also my Telegram, too, @RealMadAnthony. And we do have a Telegram group, if you guys would like to join for this rally specifically coming up on the 18th, next Saturday. That URL is t.me/Worldwide Nevada USA. And I'd also like to thank, because we do have a Patriot meetup after the rally on the 18th, which will be at 7:30 p.m. It'll be at Barcode Burgers, and the address for that is 1590 East Flamingo. That's called Barcode Burgers. We're gonna have some Patriot specials there. I heard the owner might even make us a special patriotic burger.
Beautiful.
I gave her the idea of maybe like a red, white, and blue cheeseburger. So we'll see if she rolls with that. Check out Barcode.
Just make sure it's not blue, white, and red. That's France.
Yeah. So, if you guys can't make the rally, if you don't want to be out in the heat, check out Barcode Burgers.
Well, who's going to be there? I mean, is Mac Miller going to be there?
Oh, Mac will be there. Joey will hopefully
Joey
be
Gilbert
there.
might be there.
I mean, he's been at all these rallies, so he'll make an appearance. I'm working on a couple people that might show up. That are pretty big names. One of them might be like a WWE wrestler.
Right. And I just know that, whether you're talking about my cameraman, Rob Kafka, or you're talking about the way we met, this is a lot of these people. It's a great way to network and make friends with the same beliefs and stuff like that. A lot of Facebook warriors, you need to get out and meet some people and start networking, just more for a social aspect.
This is it. Exactly. Rallies are a good place to meet people face to face.
That you've met on Facebook.
It's one thing to type, on Facebook and all that.
Rah.
Come to this rally on Saturday at 4:45, right in front of Saks Fifth Avenue. And then after, I just want to thank the owners of Barcode Burgers, Cody Tomboli, Lori Musgrove Couture, Ken Couture. Thank you for opening up your restaurant. And, we can't wait. We're excited for the event. So, 7:30 p.m. Saturday, September 18th. Barcode Burgers, 1590 East Flamingo. If you can't make the rally, at least show up there.
And then before I let you go, tell me what you think about the latest ruling. Judge Gonzalez had her ruling overruled.
Yes.
And now,
which is,
it's like a tennis match, but as of now, it kind of looks like Jesse Law and
Jesse's
the
chair.
new CCRP is.
I'll give it to him. Hey, congrats, Jesse. You're officially chair now with the latest court ruling. I think her name was Judge Johnson. That overruled
the new one.
Yeah, who overruled Gonzalez.
She basically said, I don't want nothing to do with this crap. You guys figure it out for yourself.
Exactly. And, Jesse was voted in, the Kerry Buck side of and the Steven Silbercross side of the party. They didn't even bother to show up to Ahern. So Jesse basically won by unanimous decision, or a unanimous vote. And, hey, you know what? I got to say, man, hey, Kerry Buck, hey, we kind of destroyed you, Kerry. I told you. Did we not? When you called us vile creatures after the July 20th meet up at Spring Valley High School, she was saying, us vile, you can't let these vile creatures in. One-term senator, that's all I could say.
Who is the vilest of the vile? I'm guessing
you
and Paul must be the vilest of the. Who else is there? Jesse Law?
Yeah, God, they didn't even let Jesse into that meeting. The July 20th one at Spring Valley High School. They did not even let the guy running for chair into the meeting.
And, me personally, I don't think you or Jesse or Paul actually did anything wrong. You tried to drum up support in May for an election in July.
Whatever.
You must be the prototypical example of the vile creature.
I would think, because I will say it all went south for Carrie the second that I called her out on Facebook. Hey, we're not supporting your ticket.
Because even when we spoke in season 1, you still said at that time, I'm not against Carrie Ann Buck. I'm for a more grassroots movement. Yeah. And since then, it's pretty much
a lot happened since then, between the time I was on and the actual May 25th meeting.
But you were trying to keep things somewhat on the up and up.
I can't control what other people say, but me personally, I even said I supported you as a senator, And,
Right, on
you know,
the show.
I don't think she knew what she was getting into with party politics.
Well, it's kind of
It's a
like
lot
Sam
different.
Brown speaking at the CCRP before the election
Yeah.
that you weren't allowed into.
Yeah.
I don't think he knew what he was getting involved in.
Yeah,
either.
I mean, it got dirty. And, I mean, I just got to say, Carrie, like, you know, you messed with the grassroots, and I'm telling you, like, there's a lot of people that were not happy with what you did. And, you know, calling us vile creatures was a big mistake. And you know what? I wish you the best, Carrie Ann Buck. I do. Jesse's chair. And I know that our organizations had a lot to do with that. So, you know, like people like myself and Rudy Cly, you know, we really set Jesse up for success. And you know what? I'm just glad that there's a unified state party and a Clark County party now, because now we can focus on getting some Republicans elected. And you know what? There's no more excuse anymore. We got to get some Republicans elected now. We got the county party and the state party in line. So, hey, let's all work together, get some Republicans elected, and turn the state red.
From dog catcher to senator.
From dog catcher to senator.
Sounds
I
good.
like it.
All right, and the last thing I wanted to, I was listening to you and I forgot what I was going to say. I don't even know. There is an election coming up for the NVGOP.
Yeah, Nevada.
My guess is you like Mike McDonald in that.
Yeah, I mean, I support Mike McDonald because not that I don't like Michael B. Jack. You know, he was actually just your last guest, and I met him. He seems like a great guy. I think, you know, because now that the county party and the state party are in line together, I don't think we want to screw with that.
Or at least give him a 2-year shot at this election cycle.
Yeah, because all that's going to happen is if, you know, nothing against Michael Jack. I don't even know him. I mean, I just met him, talked to him for a couple minutes. He seems like a great guy. But I just don't want the flip to be reversed,
Right.
the script to be reversed now. Because then you'll have the state party, and then all the people that we have in now are going to be running the county party. So it could just be the same fight, just reversed.
And just for my disclosure, whether you're talking about Michael McDonald, Michael B. Jack, you're talking about Carrie Ann Buck, I'm not a fan of some of the things that Carrie Ann Buck has said, but I am a fan of Carrie Ann Buck, her voting record. And I'll say it for the 12th time. She's more than welcome to sit down here, let us get to know you a little bit better and understand where you're coming from. Because I feel like familiarity doesn't breed contempt, it breeds understanding.
Yeah.
You know, and that's why I want you to be on the show, because, you know, you've got this, you know, reputation, and that's what people go by.
Yeah, and I'm happy to be back on the show, man. Thanks for inviting me back. And yeah, I'm getting back in the game, you know, back in the grassroots politics game. You know, if you guys... You know, you guys seen what we've done. You know, we helped Jesse get elected and his whole board elected. So, you know, myself and Rudy Cly have started a political consulting firm called the Clark County Machine. So if you want to visit our website, that's clarkcountymachine.com. You guys have seen what we can do. We pretty much set Jesse up for a lot of success. And, you know, and I'm glad he's in. Congratulations, Jesse. You know, let's get some Republicans elected.
Well, I'm really, really, really happy to hear you holding events again.
Yeah,
And,
I'm excited to be here. And
I'm
you know what? I
happy-
got to admit, I'm a little nervous because I
you
haven't
haven't done it
done
for
a
so
rally
long.
in so long. But, you know, I think it's time. And honestly, this happened just by mistake. You know, I was at these rallies, earlier this week, and the organizers of this Worldwide Freedom 4.0 rally came up to me and asked if, you know, I wanted to help out and put my name on it. And, you know, I jumped at the opportunity. I was like, all right, let's do it.
Well, you're always welcome to plug on our show, and
appreciate
you're always
it.
welcome to come visit us. And that's it, guys. If you want the best content, please hit that subscribe button. Anything Matt has to say, he's not on Facebook. You could look him up on Telegram, or if he's got something really important.
Just at Real Matt Anthony on Twitter and Telegram.
Otherwise, any of his events, of course, we'll be posting in Common Sense Nevada, and I think they could also catch it on Right News America.
Yeah, rightnewsamerica.com.
Awesome. Matt Anthony, thank you so much.
Johnny. Thanks
Guys,
for having me.
Thanks for joining us. My name is John Brookhagen. Hit that subscribe button, and we'll catch you next time.